Hello, comrades, Commissar with another episode of our People's Republic of China, our Communist China playthrough. That's right. That is right. Now, the objective for this scenario is essentially not that we're trying to win the game, but more specifically, that we are attempting, my friends, to unite China under one beautifully unified red banner. That's right. That is something we are doing pretty successfully. The only one left standing in our way are the actual Chinese themselves, the nationalists, the Kuomintang. That's right. We got them and Japan, but I mean Japan has pretty much been beat into this soft, sexy dirt, like dirty little bitches as they have. Their defeat tastes good to me. No, you cannot have military access because you will come and try to take my territory. And I will not have that, sir. No, sirree, I will not. I am not putting up with that shit. So what's the Soviet Union doing in the West? Well, it looks like the Allies are pretty much violating the German Reich. I mean, it's just getting nasty over there. Berlin is well deep within American territory at this point. France pushes in from Strasbourg and all this area, the Alsace-Lorraine area, and is pushed into Württemberg. They are on the borders of Munich, and it seems that things are over for the Axis powers of the world. The Soviet Union attacks Turkey, having already occupied almost half of the country. They are getting very close to conquering Ankara. Oh, it's getting nasty, ladies and gentlemen. It's getting real nasty. Italy is still holding out in Ethiopia, and, what is this, Sudan? Is it the Sudan? Or I can't remember. Needless to say, they're holding out in that area. And they've still maintained most of control of Libya. They've pushed east into Egypt. They're pushing south, yet also pushing west into Western Africa, having taken over Tunisia pretty much, aside from a few territories here or there. Yes, things are not going too well for the Axis powers. But, you know, it is what it is. And now it is our time. Attack from two fronts. Push against the Japanese. We must show them that we are all about some war. And we need to get over this river, too, because once we take over that... Yeah, there we go. See, now that we've gained control over the river, we have more of a way to push into South Korea. Yes, push. Push, my little soldiers. Show that aggressive behavior for which you're known. You, go help them. You, attack there. You, attack here. Yes, it looks delicious. Absolutely delicious. So this is going well, right? This is going very well. You guys, attack here. Supplemental attacking. Yes. See, I know a lot of people think that the new battle plan system it simplified the game too much. I really like it. It's very intuitive. You know, there's the occasional issue I may have with it, but for the most part, I think it's a really solid system, and I really dig it. I really dig it a lot. So you can imagine, I'm a fan of it. I very much enjoy it. Sorry, I just thought I just want to throw that out there, because I've seen a couple of people who really do not like it. And, I mean, I can understand. Like, this isn't me saying that I don't get it. Like, I totally get it, like, why some people don't like it. A lot of people are real heavy on the micromanagement, and for them, that is the focus, the primary focus of the game is the micromanagement portion. So, I mean, I get it, but personally, me, I am far more of a fan of the not micromanagement version of it. How many airplanes do we have? We've got 10 transport aircraft. Now, it was suggested that I not do the airborne attack against Japan, which I mean, I can get why we shouldn't do it, but I don't know. I'm torn. I'm really torn because it's hard to figure out what the best way is to do this, like the invasion of Japan. I've done it a couple times. Most often, I've been pretty successful about it, but there is the occasional affair where it does not go well at all. And I mean, it's an easy invasion to botch. One thing you need to remember is that the Chinese do not have the manpower. At the beginning, well, of course they have the manpower, but they don't actually have the troop numbers needed to effectively combat the Japanese on their home territory. Basically, what you have to do is you just have to land men and just get in there and show them who's boss and all that. I don't know. It's hard to do that with their navy, and you know that's another big issue is the communist Chinese do not have a powerful navy. They don't even have a minuscule navy. They don't have a navy. So, you know, that's something that needs to be acknowledged and understood about playing as the Communist Chinese. So, pretty much the only way you can do it effectively and quickly is to gain air superiority in the area, which if you do that, then, you know, that works out pretty well. But again, you got to be careful about how you invade. And I know I'm kind of rambling at this point, but I don't know. From my experiences, it's just a very, very easy thing to fuck up. If you're not careful, if you're not smart about how you do it, and good thing we're building convoys because we don't have many convoys, and I need more factories. I don't have near enough factories for what I'm trying to accomplish, man. Yeah, small military factories, undoubtedly. Tibet. And one thing I'm so concerned about losing all this territory. It will happen. It's coming, man. It's coming, and I'm going to be so depressed when I lose all that territory for when the war ends. That's kind of why, like, I'm just putting my objective, taking control of China, like Kuomintang control China and unifying it under the Communist Chinese, because once the war ends, and oh my goodness gracious, the Germans are pushing them back, but once the war ends, it just the war conference system in this game is just weird, and I know eventually they're going to patch it out, and I know there's mods that you can play that fix it considerably, like the enhanced peace conference mod or something like that. It's something like that, and basically that's all it does. That's specifically what that mod does. Is it fixes the way, like, because, like, for example, the Soviet Union has no reason to not let me have Manchuria, the Tibet region, and all of control of China. Those are my cores. You would assume that me being their ally, they would want us to have that. I don't know. Let's just say fit it into the rabble rouser. You would think that they would want us to have that, but it's like they don't. They just want to take it for themselves or liberate a new power out of it. And it's like, but why would you want to do that? Like, I get if they're trying to keep the region destabilized, but that's what you would do to, like, the Allies if you defeat the Allies in a war. Like, if you take over the United States and you want to turn it into multiple new countries, that I can understand. But China, your ally in the South and a major power in Asia who could help you keep control of all these regions, why would you want to depower them? So yes, I mean that's just my opinion on the whole peace conference thing. And then, you know, there's other issues like what's happened in our our Novus Imperium Romanum, or Novus Romanum Imperium, no, Novus Imperium Romanum playthrough, like why I barely even want to play it anymore because just how fucking boned we got by the peace conference system in the game, in the current functioning game. So, I don't know. Those are just my opinions on it. Just me piddling and paddling and talking a bit about what I see and what I think. And, it looks like the Siamese were defeated by the Kuomintang in the UK. Primarily by the UK. But look at the Kuomintang, man. They're just going in. They're liberating fucking Vietnam there. That's a damn shame, considering I'm basically going to take over the rest of their country and incorporate it into Greater China. That's right, absolutely. So we want to start building fighters. Yes, we do. Even though they're cheap, little, crappy interwar fighters, we need fighters. So I'm not going to do transport planes, despite the fact that I was going to. But we will at least keep 2 factories to maintain building those. How much oil do we need? We need 7 more oil for full efficiency. All right, so let's do oil. The Soviet Union is a grand trade partner, so we'll go ahead and get another one. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. We're going to put this below here because that should be lower on the tier. That should be up there. Okay, looks good. Phenomenal. So we're making 2 fighters a week. 2.4. The Fall of Cairo. Cool. Naval effort. So we got some dockyards. Phenomenal. We got synthetic oil as well. We need fighter focus. Yes, we absolutely need that right now. 3 dockyards. We'll put those into convoys because truly that's what we need. Not like we have anything else anyway. Yes, research slot available. We're going to press pause. Resource gain efficiency. Yes, that seems to be a pretty good choice. I gotta try to get all these industry ones. Might as well just start working on this one. Concentrated industry. Yes, we need that industry. That is the primary focus of China, is to industrialize and put ourselves in a position where we are a power to be feared. Yes, a power to be feared indeed. Alright, so support battalions. Let's pause it again because things are happening. Alright. Military police, recon company. Let's look at what is our situation here with transport. Okay, we have no transports at all. Alright, so we're gonna have to start researching some transports and just let some stuff happen, basically. Let some time pass and we'll go from there. Alright, so a few more months have passed, and something I would like to talk about real quick that I noticed has been improved is the fact that troops that garrison an area now, rather than focusing on cities and not blocking the actual coastlines, they defend the coastlines now, which is a huge, huge improvement. I mean, I don't know if you guys remember, but some of our earlier videos you can see where it was just strange, to say the least, like in terms of just how it worked out. So I'm really happy about that. Actually, it's a very, very nice thing that they added in, a very simplistic thing to where they defend the coastline, because like I said, they would defend the inner line. See, sort of like how these guys are set up here. They would defend like the major cities. This would allow for your enemies to get a foothold very, very easily in your territory. See, now they're basically defending on a singular division basis, which is perfectly fine as far as I'm concerned. Having that's just so much better. Like, God, that's just so much better. Oh, we've got some artillery and whatnot. Alright, so which one of these do we want to do? Alright, so we picked secret weapons, and then we went ahead and went over here to the research screen. We've got improved artillery upgrade 1, increased base, and we're about to have fighters, we're about to have transport ship, and concentrated industry, and improved artillery upgrade will be all very, very soon here. And how many fighters do we have in reserve? We have 118 fighters. They are like biplanes, so we're going to want to build some of the 1936 fighters before we start trying to take on the Japanese. I don't really know what kind of air force the Japanese are packing, but I'm more than positive their air force is not going to be that great. But it's still something we need to be relatively aware of. We need to be concerned of it for at least for a little while. And we need to get these below support equipment. Italy lays claim to Greek territory. Outrageous! Absolutely outrageous. So if you guys are wondering on an update on what's going on in the West, well, Germany's little advance and pushback against the Americans has been stalled. It looks like they gained a lot of ground against the French. They took a decent amount of their territory back that they were fighting for before. But, like I said, the United States wasn't having that shit and pushed them right back down to where they came from. The Soviet Union still has not opened an Eastern Front. It is not at war with Poland. So Poland has been lucky and stayed completely neutral this whole time, which is phenomenal for Poland. The Soviets, however, have pushed deep into Turkish territory. They have almost forced the Turks to capitulate, which I imagine will be happening here very, very soon. We have taken control of Nanning through a communist uprising. We are continually pushing communist ideals upon the Kuomintang, so it's only a matter of time before we gain the rest of all that territory there of China. We could go to war, but I'm not exactly looking to fight a war against the Kuomintang. Not that we couldn't win. I'm more than positive we could win. It's just not something I'm wanting to do. I'm wanting to put more of a stronger focus on pushing into Japan and hopefully taking over Japan, because the Allies, once they're finished with Germany, are going to swarm over here like flies around a dead corpse. So you can imagine I pretty much want to maintain control of this area as best as I can. And you guys can strategically redeploy. I really don't mind. Yes, strategically redeploy. Go, you monkey fools, go! There you go. Now they're going fast. Alright, and yeah, we'll take these other two divisions as well. Boom, send them on their way. One thing I guess we should maybe consider is consider editing the Renmin Jundui, which are our main, basically, combat units, maybe adding an engineer company to them. Yeah, that seems like a good choice. We'll add engineer companies to all of those. That's going to be a huge upgrade and reinforcement tick. That's going to take a little while. Maybe not. How many more? Let's look at production. How many more trucks do we need? We need 1,200 trucks. We still need 27,000 infantry equipment too to be able to fully equip our troops. We are building 6 fighters a week right now, 6.33, and that's only at 39% production efficiency. It's getting fast and it's getting up there, so I could imagine we'll probably pick that up pretty quick. Should we focus on mechanization? Equipment. Let's go with equipment. I'm going to make that artillery better. Ooh, and we got concentrated industry. Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. And we'll go for assembly line production as well. Go ahead and get that. And we're about to have fighters too in just about 10 days. So we're going to be using some pretty sophisticated fighter technology. Which is funny. We only got a couple of the fighter 1s out there on the field by the time that we get fighter 2s. So that's just, I find that funny. I find that quite humorous indeed. What resources are we missing? Aluminum. Just some aluminium, it would seem. I guess we're just going to build a couple more military factories. We'll build 3, 4. Let's build 4 more. We'll build some more civilian factories, 2 more, and we'll build another synthetic refinery. Looks delicious. Looks absolutely delicious. Our industry, or our infrastructure, is pretty decent, but we'll go ahead and improve it in the western regions here. Not that we need it that much, but you never know. And with that, I'd say that is a great place to stop. Thanks everybody for watching another episode of our Communist China playthrough. I hope you're enjoying this series as much as I'm enjoying playing it. Tune in next time, and more than likely we'll be invading Japan. With that, I'll see you guys next time.